Oh, wait. Wrong shirt. One second. Glad I brought a extra dress.
Yes, it's good to have a spare.
Well, because, ever since COVID, I was the worst dressed person in America, and now I'm even more, so.
Yes, it's true. But you know what? You were prepared like a Navy SEAL dog that you are.
That's true. Always be prepared. But we're going to go to what we're going to talk about in this video. And that is we're going to take a look at some of the cities that are most overlooked when people are thinking about moving to Orange County. Because there's obviously some famous cities here.
We've heard of a few.
Yeah, so we're going to say, okay, so you've heard of these famous cities. So what are some other cities that can get you a lot of the same things, but maybe for not as much, or maybe it's just not as crowded, or there's other things about it.
Again, it's a gem that you just didn't know about.
So stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dezahd.
And I'm Dezahd, and we're with Keller Williams Realty right here in Orange County, California. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything that there is to know about living in Orange County, California.
Like working, eating, sleeping, just everything about it.
Everything.
Don't forget to press on the subscribe button. And don't forget to press on the bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video, because we upload new videos every week, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's actually 2 videos.
Oh yeah, 2 for the price of 1. And as much as we love making these videos, we are licensed realtors in the state of California. So while we do love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you want to do is you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back. So first, let's, talk about the more famous cities. So if you've never even been here to Orange County, you've probably heard of Newport Beach.
I hail from Newport. It is a pretty famous city. People know it.
It's like a fine wine. It is so nice. And there's a reason it's famous, right?
So yeah, you got your Newports, and then you have your coastal cities, of course. You have your Huntington Beaches.
Yes, Huntington Beach.
Surf City, USA.
Surf City, USA. You have Laguna Beach.
The Hills.
The real OC. The Hills is in LA. He didn't watch this.
I didn't watch.
He didn't watch reality shows.
Because I lived it.
Laguna Beach, the real OC. Yeah. Okay, we're dating ourselves here because this was like 20 years ago.
At least. So yeah, there's Laguna Beach.
I actually vividly remember watching it and getting like emotional about it.
I don't know if I could actually watch it.
Well, I didn't. It was more for my demographic.
There you go. And also, of course, you have Irvine, which people know about.
Irvine, very famous. I mean, it's often ranked by many different lists as one of the best places to live in the country.
And obviously, we can't talk about Orange County without talking about Anaheim, because Disneyland, right? So everyone wants to go to Disneyland every day. And I mean, not necessarily the case, but Anaheim is the home of Disneyland.
Well, and obviously, you also have the sports teams there. You have the Anaheim Angels of...
No, the Los Angeles Angels. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
As you can see, no one really cares about that name. We don't.
It's a marketing thing. That's okay.
It is. And then you have the Anaheim Ducks.
Yes.
Yeah, so obviously Anaheim is the seat of entertainment for Orange County. And then I would say people do know about Coto de Casa. It's more famous because, the reality show. Again, more reality shows.
Yeah, the Coto de Casa Ladera Ranch kind of thing. So that's the Real Housewives of Orange County kind of thing. So
so those are the more famous cities, the ones...
people have heard of. People reach out. They go, I'm interested in, I've heard about Irvine or Newport or whatever. But there's a lot of other cities in Orange County that are just absolutely, really amazing cities that, again, go a little bit under the radar there.
Yeah. So so we've called out 10 of them. So let's start out. So if you're, I would say Newport Beach is so beautiful, but obviously it's extremely expensive. It's the most expensive city median home price wise in Orange County.
Well, I mean, they're neck and neck with Laguna Beach, actually. Yeah. And again, so it's coincidentally the 2 coastal cities that are basically in the central part of Orange County, most expensive ones.
So then let's talk about another city that isn't anywhere near as expensive, but gets you a lot of what Newport gets you, and that is Dana Point.
Dana Point is awesome. Median price point is way lower, less than half of Newport Beach's median price point. And Dana Point is super cute. I mean, it's just got a lot of, it's got nice beaches, great beaches, has a harbor.
Beautiful harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newport is known for its harbor. And while Dana Point's harbor is not as big, not anywhere near.
No.
But it's still beautiful.
Yeah, again, it's a great harbor. I mean, I'm not bagging on it at all. Dana Point is really nice. Cute. Like the Lantern District is an awesome kind of de facto downtown of Dana Point. Really awesome area there. I mean, again, just beautiful. I mean, I think it is again, a really nice city. It's actually not that inconvenient to get to. I would actually venture to say that it's actually way more convenient to get to than Laguna Beach. Laguna Beach is brutal.
Yeah.
But actually, Dana Point, not so much.
Yeah, Dana Point is so nice. I love Dana Point.
Yes.
And since we did mention Anaheim at the beginning of this video, let's talk about a few cities that are close to Anaheim that I actually prefer over Anaheim, and that is the city of Orange and Villa Park, which is like this little tiny city in the middle of the city.
Yes, it's landlocked. I mean, it's like a city within a city,
yeah.
basically.
It is really, really small.
Small. Really, really small.
So that's how we're kind of putting it together with Orange because it basically is
Orange. Sometimes people won't even think that's actually a real city because, again, it's landlocked. You don't really think of a city within a city.
So what do you get in Orange? Like, what is it like?
Oh, I mean, so people ask me all the time, okay, where are your tree-lined streets, your mature trees, like your just not your cookie cutter, different shade of beige kind of setup.
Yeah, your charming neighborhoods because
Yes.
Orange County is famous for being master planned.
Yes, HOAs and that kind of thing.
Every house is a different shade of beige. That's one of the criticisms of Irvine is that everything looks the same. Whereas in Orange,
not so much. Yeah, so you actually in Orange, again, it's actually pretty very convenient access. Like freeways are all right along there. But also it's just the houses. Again, it varies. I mean, it's a pretty decent sized city. So you have some really nice large like Orange Park Acres. You have like estate type homes.
And horse farm.
Yeah, exactly. So you have that. And then, of course, you obviously have your more entry-level properties, certainly, as well. But, again, it's just got great dining, so it's just really...
Orange has great dining.
Yeah, arguably the best Persian restaurant in Orange County is in Orange, actually.
That's true. And what's nice about Orange, too, is it
Shout out to Daria.
It has the largest... I mean, I may be quoting incorrectly, but it has one of the largest historic districts in the state of California because downtown Orange is... historic. A lot of the homes around there are historic. What the city of Orange chose to do was to keep a lot of the older structures and to preserve the history of Orange County. So if you're looking for, what Orange County used to be like, if you go to the city of Orange, you can see it.
Yes, and actually, speaking of historic stuff, what's interesting is that a lot of the major hospitals are actually right there too. So you have University of California Irvine Medical Center, you have St. Joseph's, you have CHOC, the Children's Hospital of Orange County. So you actually have a lot of hospitals right there. So it's kind of cool to have, and it makes sense because again, they're right off the freeway. It's very easy to get to.
And then since we are talking about Orange, let's talk about another city on our list, and that is Fullerton, which is...
No, we do gloss over Villa Park though.
Well, because Villa Park, it's very...
It's basically, it's just a very, okay, if you go on niche.com, really good schools there, so we're not saying it, it's just, Villa Park is kind of known for having really good schools.
Yeah.
And, again, more upscale stuff.
Very nice homes.
Yeah, more space, larger homes, nice homes, higher, medium price point. Villa Park's very, very nice.
Yeah. It's just very small, so there's not much to talk about other than that it's nice.
And also, it's not really much of there's not much retail going on in Villa Park itself.
Yeah.
It's mostly residential.
Yeah.
Nice residential too, but just mostly residential.
Yeah. Okay, then let's talk about Fullerton, which is another North County city, because obviously Orange County, usually people think of it, are you in North County, which is in North, or South County, which is like Irvine, South. So Fullerton is another North County city, very popular.
Very popular.
Yeah, I mean, we had a client recently that bought in Fullerton, and why do people like Fullerton?
So there's a few reasons why, right? So one main reason is that a lot of people, let's say if they have a commute to LA or whatever, Fullerton is a fantastic city because you're in Orange County, so you get the Orange County lifestyle, but the commute to LA is not nearly as bad as, let's say, you're coming from South Orange County, right? So you're bypassing a huge chunk of Orange County because you're kind of close to you're basically at the edge. You're at the edge of, of LA County on the border. And so you just straight shot to LA, let's say downtown LA or something like that. And on top of that, another thing people really like about Fullerton is that, again, according to niche.com, everyone says, oh, Irvine has the, best schools or whatever. Fullerton's actually pretty good. Like Troy High School is neck and neck with University High School in Irvine as the highest ranked public high schools in Orange County.
Yeah, and I mean, it's no coincidence because obviously University High School is next to UC Irvine, Troy High School is next to Cal State Fullerton because there are two major universities in Orange County, and one is in Fullerton, one is in Irvine.
And I guess those professors, they care about education or something.
Yeah. And another nice thing about Fullerton is similar to, Orange, it is charming. A lot of the homes look different. They do have a downtown that you can get some nightlife in.
Yes, for sure.
Known for really good restaurants. They have a music scene. So yeah, I mean, Fullerton, it's similar to many of the North County cities, and that's more charming, I would say.
And you'll definitely see like a commonality here, right? So North County cities, much less HOAs, kind of older construction. You do see some new construction, but in general, it's, it averages out to a bit older home. Where, and basically you get obviously a lot of variation of property, right? You have that charm that Courtney was talking about. But in South Orange County, what you see as far as like generalities are concerned, a lot of HOAs, newer construction, different shade of beige kind of setup. So it just kind of depends on what's your flavor.
Yeah, and since we are talking about North County, let's do another North County
let's
city.
do it. Wow, we're going all north.
Yorba Linda. So
Nice.
Why is Yorba Linda popular?
It's so big homes.
Yes, huge
Topography,
estates.
like you have it's hilly.
Beautiful.
It's really nice spot. You have views on a lot of these properties. Yeah, big houses. Like again, I mentioned big houses there. Like so Yorba Linda is nice. So again, going to check.com, Yorba Linda's actually got really good schools. So it's got really good schools there. And and again, like a question, like there's actually some, not every house, of course, but there are equestrian like zone homes in that area too.
Yeah, Yorba Linda is a bit east, I would say. Like you are actually abutting Riverside County.
Yeah, like along the 91 freeway.
It can get hotter out there in the summers.
And traffic.
It can get very trafficy out there as well, but we actually, for whatever reason, a lot of our title reps live in Yorba Linda. People really like Yorba Linda because you do get more space, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. You just have to, if you're living there, just got to time the traffic a bit because, again, that's where, as a dynamic for Orange County, just so you know, like the traffic coming in to Orange County, let's say from, like, especially from east, from like Riverside County and everything, is obviously it's pretty impacted during the mornings, like coming in and then exiting out in the evenings, right? So you just got to be aware of that. So if let's say if you do have a commute, you want to make sure that you kind of just time that drive.
Okay, so now we're done with North County, and I probably made a bit of a mistake here because we started out with Dana Point. So let's go to another beach city that gives you a lot of the charm that you would see in Newport Beach and Laguna Beach, but it's a little bit less well known and also not anywhere near as pricey, and that is San Clemente.
Yes, San Clemente is similar medium price point to Dana Point. Actually, it's the southernmost city in Orange County, and it is a coastal city too. And San Clemente is really kind of a tale of almost two cities, really, because the 5 freeway kind of runs right through it. So the properties that are west of the 5, like so on the ocean side of the 5, it's very, again, what you think about beach city, right? You have some shacks, some beach shacks, and then you have some like mansions, and it's all of like smaller lots, that kind of thing. Really cool downtown and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and then
I love San Clemente downtown.
Downtown's really, really cute. And then you also have a pier there.
You have the train.
You have two stations there. You have 2 train stops there randomly. So Amtrak and Metrolink run right through this. So with Amtrak, you have 2 kind of main things. You have the Surfliner, which can run you like from San Diego all the way to Northern California. It goes way far. And then you have Metrolink, which kind of is more like local like train stops and that kind of thing. So you actually have randomly some mass transportation, which Orange County is not known for.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like so when you go actually on the other side, on the inland side of the 5 freeway, you have like newer construction homes, more HOAs. Just again, it almost feels very South Orange County in that way. You have again semi-custom homes and that kind of thing, but it's just a very different vibe than on the coastal side of the 5 freeway.
Yeah, and then one thing I would say about San Clemente is it is the southernmost city in Orange County, and it's not like it's just, now we're in San Diego County, because there is Camp Pendleton, which is a Marine base, and San Onofre, which is a decommissioned nuclear power plant.
Decommissioned, just so you know.
Decommissioned, but what that means is there is a large zone of nothing between San Clemente and the first real city in San Diego County, and that's Oceanside.
Yeah, imagine like from the southern tip of San Clemente to the northern tip of Oceanside, about 25 minutes roughly of drive.
More like 30. I did it recently.
Did you?
Yeah, actually a couple times recently.
I guess it depends on how fast you're going. So
I don't know, I drive fast. Too fast.
Okay, so there's a swath. Let's just budget for half an hour, right? So of beautiful scenery. You just have the ocean that you're peering at. But there is no development as far as that you could actually really go to.
Yeah, I do often, like, if I'm driving that way, I just look at the ocean and I'm like, oh, I need to pay attention to the road.
Yeah, make sure about that. Yeah, that's
it's like memories.
Yeah, it's a beautiful scenic drive, but so it just is a ways from, so any farther south, budget for 30 minutes to get into any other more like normal like developments, and then going north, again, you're just on the southern tip, so you're just, again, it's just a little bit of a trek to kind of get to, let's say, some of the big job centers, right? Like so Irvine, Newport Beach, or Anaheim.
Yeah, I would say from San Clemente to Anaheim without traffic is about 45 minutes. From the tip of San Clemente to Anaheim. I looked down.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, on Google.
That seems.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, it is the southernmost tip, and Anaheim goes pretty far north, so I guess that makes sense.
Okay, so now let's do some South County cities to give you some Irvine flavor, right?
Let's go for it.
South County is kind of not everyone, a lot of the cities in South County, and I know we might get some, hating comments for this.
Yeah, we're totally different than that. Okay, I mean, it's pretty similar.
Yeah, but a lot of the cities.
99%.
A lot of the cities in South County, I would say they just kind of copy Irvine, and they try to be Irvine because everyone loves Irvine.
Well, Irvine was the inspiration.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. They're going, okay, and honestly, Irvine was kind of the inspiration for how many master plan areas in the country, not mentioned in the world.
Yeah.
But so basically, hey, I mean, you kind of, to imitate success is not, something that's already worked. Why not?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah, so I can tell you that a lot of people that, let's say, call us, reach out to us regarding Irvine, like they'll go, I want to move to Irvine, which is great. Irvine is a fantastic city.
I love Irvine.
But it's not everything, and they can accomplish, actually, they may find that actually for what their particular flavor of what they were looking for is, some of these South County cities are actually a better fit.
Okay, so let's talk about one South County that could be a better fit than Irvine, and that is Lake Forest. So
Yeah.
that's right on the border of Irvine.
Oh gosh, I always get like,
I know.
people get mad. I call it
Yeah.
Irvine Light. I've always called it Irvine Light.
Yeah.
People go, no, we're totally different.
Yeah, how dare you call it Irvine? We're nothing like it.
You're right next to it.
I know.
Right next to Irvine. You kind of like feed into part of the Irvine spectrum, which is one of the major job hubs in all of Orange County. And it's, again, great. Like a great city. I love Lake Forest. I mean, it's a great city. It's got lots of parks. You do have, you have a lot, again, it's more track homes and that kind of stuff. You do have some newer developments, a little bit farther out, like, new in Foothill Ranch and that kind of thing. But basically, Lake Forest is great. I mean, it just accomplishes what Irvine offers, but it's just, a bit of, it's not as pricey in general.
Okay, then let's talk about another South County city that's very popular, and that's Mission Viejo. And what is popular about Mission Viejo?
Well, actually, they have a decent amount of, and it's actually interesting. So, Coda Casa and like Ladera Ranch, these are kind of like offshoots of Mission Viejo. They're not necessarily part of Mission Viejo. They're other like census districts of their own. But Mission Viejo is just like this, and actually Rancho Mission Viejo is also an offshoot. Like Mission Viejo is kind of like the granddaddy of that little corner of Orange County, where you just kind of saw these other kind of
big master plan developments.
like spin off, right? So, but Mission Viejo itself has the lake there, which is really cool.
I love Mission Viejo. And again, you can't go inside the lake unless you are a resident of Mission Viejo.
Our census says do not enter.
Yes.
So, if you're not a resident, you can't just go, well, why can't I go to the lake? Because then too many people will go. So
yeah, and also what's cool about that is that Mission Viejo, even though it's got like a lot of master plan stuff, like Irvine and all the thing, but its HOA dues, it kind of varies. So you have actually a lot of these properties that aren't in a traditional HOA per se. So they're like, a lot of them have like 0 HOA dues. And then you'll have like, last I checked, it was $22 a month to be part of Mission Viejo's master plan thing. And it's and for a lot of these, it's optional, but they grant you access to the lake. And that's like, it's well worth that cost. So, I mean, I would take that any day. And so it's kind of cool. So Mission Viejo, obviously, while it does have some near normal HOA type stuff, there's actually a lot of homes that actually don't fall in that, where their HOA dues are ridiculously low.
And then another thing about the lake is that it does offer you lakefront homes, and then there's fishing there as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then also what I also like about like Mission Viejo too is that so one, you have a beach there that you can swim in and all that stuff, which is cool. But also Mission Viejo's got a lot of, they have Saddleback
Community college.
There's a high school, that's insane. but basically Saddleback Community College was actually very highly ranked as far as community colleges go, and it's a huge feeder into the UC system. So a lot of people go to Saddleback and then let's say go to UC Irvine
and
or whatever.
save about $100,000 in the process.
Seriously. So you do so you have great education there from that perspective. It is part of the I guess most of it's part of the Capstone Unified School District. It actually
it's
it's
like
half and half.
Half and half, divided. Yeah.
So you have Saddleback Unified School District and then Capstone Unified School District. And then on top of that, you also have the shops in Mission Viejo, which is actually a really nice mall. And so it's right, so you just have a lot of, you have a lot of retail. You have some employment. You have a shop. You have Mission Hospital.
Are there,
Yeah, Providence Hospital, I think, Mission Viejo. So you have a lot of hospitals. There's a hospital. It just has everything. Actually, for not a huge city, it's actually kind of checks off all the boxes of almost like a complete city as far as like what it offers.
So the last two cities that we're going to talk about are Aliso Viejo and Laguna Niguel, which are right next to each other. And what's interesting about these cities is that Aliso Viejo and the northern part of Laguna Niguel, I would say, are quite similar. And then you get into the southern part of Laguna Niguel, which is very much very different than the northern part of Laguna Niguel. The southern part is more like a beach city.
Yeah, almost like it kind of almost bleeds into Monarch Beach, which is part of Dana Point. So so I would say Aliso Viejo, just from the general vibe, again, they're different cities for sure. I mean, great city.
But when you're around the lake, you almost don't know if you're in Aliso Viejo or Laguna Niguel.
They shoot. I say Aliso Woods too, right? So you have this amazing. Courtney loves running into Aliso Woods. It's this preserve, and it's just an amazing place to just enjoy, trail running, basically,
or mountain biking.
Hiking.
Is very popular. There's lots of people there all the time.
Yeah, and you can actually go into Laguna Beach actually from there too.
Yeah, you can walk to Top of the World, which is in Laguna Beach.
Which is kind of high up.
Huh?
It's kind of high up.
Yeah, it is.
But not as high up as Top of the World. I mean, it's kind of it's kind of a little hyperbole there.
Yeah, but you can see the whole ocean. Beautiful.
Amazing views.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and so basically, so you have Aliso Viejo, which again, this is a very popular city that they're asking for Irvine. They find themselves actually liking Aliso Viejo a lot because Aliso Viejo is on the coastal side of the 5 freeway. So you get that sea breeze and all that other stuff. And then on top of that, price-wise, it's actually pretty reasonable. I love Aliso Viejo. It's a fantastic value for what you get there because, again, it's pretty easy to get to. It's centrally located. It's coastal side of the 5, so weather is fantastic. And again, it's just a nice area. And then on top of that, you have Laguna Niguel. Again, it is different from Aliso Viejo. We just kind of love them because they're just next door to each other. But basically, Laguna Niguel, again, nice homes. Again, people really like Laguna Niguel a lot. But again, it is very different. Like the Laguna Niguel, that's the northern part that kind of is close to the 5 freeway.
Close to the lake. There's Laguna Niguel Lake. So the Laguna Niguel that's around the lake is very different than Laguna Niguel that's beach, basically. Yeah,
and North Laguna Niguel, big point, 2 Costco's there.
Oh, 2 Costco's?
Not 1, but 2.
And they're right next to each other.
Yeah, they're pretty close. I frequent both of them. So it's good stuff. And I think that's why they keep both of them open because I go to both of them a lot.
He is basically putting whoever works there, their kids through college.
Yes. Yeah, it is amazing. When you go to Costco, you're like, I'll just buy one thing and you end up paying $300, $400. You're like, I didn't know I needed all that stuff, but apparently I did.
Yeah.
But, so having said all that, so Laguna Niguel, really awesome. Just, again, the topography is, we love the topography in Laguna Niguel because a lot of these homes inevitably have views because you're not, again, that whole Brady Bunch where you have that grid of homes where, like in Irvine, a lot of Irvine is super flat. And so you just have your home in the middle and then you have 8 homes right around you and you don't feel that privacy. Whereas in Laguna Niguel, just because of just the topography of it itself,
it's very hilly.
Very hilly. So you just kind of so you don't have that feeling of neighbors encroaching on you as nearly as much.
Yeah, because they can't build as many homes.
Yes.
So you don't have as many neighbors.
Yeah, and then in Laguna Niguel, again, there's so many different neighborhoods because there's a home that's listed for $50 million there, right? That obviously huge, big house with huge house, huge lot. Ocean views, just amazing, right? But then on top of that, you have ocean view homes. You have the homes south in the southern part of Laguna Niguel. Really, they got ocean breeze that you feel. It is an amazing city.
So that's it. That's our video.
And as a reminder, we are licensed realtors in the state of California. So as much as we love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you want to do is you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back.